The Prime Minister, Dr. Barnabas Sibusiso Dlamini, has announced the establishment of the National Social Security Authority, which will control the welfare of funds. The Prime Minister made this announcement at the Swaziland Institute of Accountants Gala dinner, which was held at the Convention Centre. Here's a report.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Barnabas Sibusiso Dlamini, graced this year's Swaziland Institute of Accountants annual gala dinner, which was attended by accountants and auditors from both the public and private sector. The guest speaker at this year's gala dinner was the Chief Executive Officer of the Southern Africa Institute of Chartered Accountants, Dr. Terence Nombembe. Addressing the accountants and auditors at the dinner, the Prime Minister said an economy that lacks financial propriety and the properly qualified watchdogs is the equivalent of a headless chicken. The Premier says over the past 6 years, the number of registered accountants has risen from 197 to 258, which is very encouraging, but there is still a need for more. Dlamini says an auditor's working life is mostly about money, which made the function a fitting time for him to announce the steps being taken in two important national initiatives that focus on the availability and use of money in the Swazi economy for investments that will benefit all Swazis.
They are firstly the growing of the capital markets to absorb and utilize money for national development. And secondly, the objectives and imminent launch of the National Social Security Authority. The recent capital markets indaba enabled all the stakeholders to acknowledge the importance of capital markets in the development of an economy, enabling the savings of individuals and institutions to be used by business and governments. The requirement under the Security Act of 2010 for unit trusts and mutual funds to keep at least 50% of their liquid resources within Swaziland is now being extended to all insurance and retirement funds through an amendment to both the Retirement Funds Act of 2005 and the Insurance Funds Act also of 2005. The initiative underway and at a very busy discussion stage is the establishment of the National Social Security Authority. Creation of this coordination and oversight agency will not only bring together under one roof, so to speak, a number of public funds, but will also substantially reduce existing administrative costs and release a considerable amount of funds for the build-up of enhanced benefits to the general public. The 5 pillars in the form of funds under the overall control of the new authority will be the National Health Insurance Fund, the National Pension Fund, Workmen's Compensation Insurance Fund, the Motor Vehicle Accident Fund, and the Social Welfare Fund.
The Prime Minister repudiated the repeated public allegation that the Anti-Corruption Commission is not working. He said the ACC is indeed working, as there are many cases for which charges have been drawn up, and it is merely space on the High Court roll that is holding up. And further, that Cabinet recently offered the judiciary the opportunity to engage 2 additional High Court judges. The guest speaker, Dr. Nombembe, urged accountants and auditors to tell their story to the young people so that they can develop an interest in accounting. The Minister for Finance, Martin Dlamini, said there is a need for accountants, or rather for more accountants in government. Other speakers included the chairman of the Swaziland Institute of Accountant Council, Robert Sitebe, and Mike Gora from the ACCA in South Africa. During the gala dinner, accountants who passed their ACCA exam were awarded certificates, as well as those who have been admitted as chartered accountants. Reporting for Swazi TV News, I'm Sibusiso Dlamini at the Convention Center in Zulwini.